Today is November 24th.
And we're coming to you from Bluford Library on A&T's campus. I'm Shamar Sims.
I'm Kadir Seaburn.
And I'm Kyla Smith, and this is STK News.
Our broadcast today will be addressing 3 health issues in the United States in the past 5 years.
On to our first story. On June 24, 2022, the Supreme Court of the United States overturned the constitutional right for women to have abortion access. The consequences have been significant, with many states imposing outright bans on abortion, often with no exceptions for rape or incest, and several other tightening limits. In response, the medical and academic communities have rushed to grasp the applications of these bans, leading to confusion about the circumstances and which abortion is still allowed and resulting in legal challenges. The abortion ban has been greatly impacted women's mental health and is putting women and girls at risk. According to the American Journal of the Psychiatry Residence Journal, the authors found higher levels of psychological distress, including initial anxiety, poor self-esteem, and life satisfaction immediately after abortion denial. Data from the study also supports the notion that previous mental health diagnoses and trauma history may affect a woman's psychological response following abortion, and that women with histories of mental disorders may fare worse with abortion denial. Additionally, a study for Brookings explained that pregnancies can go wrong for many reasons such as miscarriages and ectopic pregnancies, and without access to emergency care. Some women could face serious threats to their own health and future ability to bear children. The overturning of abortion rights has not led to legal and logistical challenges, but also poses serious risks to women's mental health and physical health, highlighting the urgent need for comprehensive healthcare access and support of those affected by these restrictions.
Thank you, Kyla. Keep us updated as the story develops. In other news, body dysmorphia, otherwise known as BDD, is currently impacting young adults. The impact of BDD extends from eating disorder, increased suicide thoughts, and reliance on cosmetic surgery, highlighting the urgent need for greater awareness and intervention to foster healthier self-perception. A study from the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health explains that individuals who frequently engage with appearance-focused social media are more likely to experience body dissatisfaction and develop disordered eating disorder behaviors. The study shows that these platforms often promote unrealistic body beauty ideals, making the user more critical of their own body, exposing unobtainable, unnatural standards. This drives them more towards extreme dieting. Over time, these actions can evolve into eating disorders, patterns, and severe body image issues. We're going to see how true this is by conducting our own interview today. Good afternoon. I'm Shamar Sims from SDK News, and I'm here with...
I'm Zakaria.
Okay, good. Nice to meet you, Ms. Zakaria. I have a couple interview questions which I'm going to ask you on body dysmorphia. You can let me know if any of them make you feel uncomfortable, and I can stop right away. Okay, so our first question I have, how was everyday life with body dysmorphia?
Growing up, I suffered with bulimia. I'm just now at the age of 19, getting over fully. And having body dysmorphia is one of the hardest tasks that I have to deal with. Seeing my body and different things that I wear. I have to change my clothes a couple times before I leave the house, just because I don't like the way I look in certain things. And it's hard to shop because everything either doesn't fit small enough, or it's too small, and it's harder to find stuff. And I have to order a lot of things custom.
Okay, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. That really does sound very traumatic, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if it was me, I wouldn't be able to do it. So I do want to say you're very strong for going through that. So on to our next question. I have, did body dysmorphia affect your relationship with others?
Yes. 100%. In romantic relationships, for sure, I have always been super insecure about the way that my body looks. And I feel like they are super, I'm super self-conscious of it, and I feel like they're aware of it, so I'm super hyper aware of it. And I've gotten into arguments with friends about, the way that I feel about my body, because they feel like just because I look like I'm tiny or anything like that, I can wear whatever I want or do whatever I want, and that's not the case at all.
Thank you and your thoughts on that. On to our next question I have. Did you believe social media helped you when you were facing your body dysmorphia?
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
When you were going through your body dysmorphia, do you believe that social media helped, or did it kind of add fuel to the fire?
It definitely added fuel to the fire. I had to spend a lot of time off of Instagram, mostly because of all the people that I would see. I felt like they had better bodies than I did, or they looked better than I did in certain things that I would want to wear. So I would have to stay off of that. But I think that social media is super toxic when it comes to body image anyway, because there's all types of discourse about what body type is better. And it seems like more plus size women are at kind of like war with smaller women because of how smaller women talk to plus size women. So I feel like a lot of times, a lot of us get caught in the crossfire because they generalize a lot. But yeah, social media is very harmful when it comes to body dysmorphia.
Yeah, I completely agree with that sentiment. It's a very wide range generalization when it comes to those things. And for my last question I have for you, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I said, what do you believe are some ways that you could overcome body dysmorphia, or some things that might help you get through it?
So for me, I genuinely had to take steps to look at myself in the mirror and just pick out things that I liked. On some days, I didn't like the same things that I liked before, but I feel like after I had my daughter, I have seen my body in such a different light. Like, I was able to grow and change and house the whole human. And then to birth her, that was something that opened my eyes a lot, and it's changed how I feel about my body in itself. But just taking the time to look at yourself in the mirror and telling yourself that you are enough and that you are beautiful and that your body is amazing, and learning to be comfortable with the skin that you're in is something that is huge. So just taking that time to reflect and look at yourself, regardless of what anybody else has to say or any restrictions that anyone tries to put on your body.
Thank you again. This is really heartwarming. I appreciate you for giving me your time and allowing me to ask you these questions.
Thank you.
That is very interesting. Thank you, Shamar. Now going from body dysmorphia to the medical field. I'm Kadir Sebron, and this is our final story of today. How does medical negligence affect Black women in America? In February 2020, a local woman went to have her thyroid removed because of masses growing on it. The hospital said that her entire thyroid has to be removed because the amount of masses that were growing. She had undergone the surgery and everything had appeared to be fine. It wasn't until a month later after the surgery when the pain medication started wearing off and she started feeling immense pain. She states, anytime I moved, I would have to hold my breath because it felt like something was stabbing me from the inside. It was excruciating pain. I later found out that there was a staple in my chest facing the wrong way. It is safe to assume that the staple has been cutting her on the inside long before she felt the pain. She states that the original surgeon was not the one to fix the mistake. This is one example of a problem that has been going on for quite a while. So many people have spoken out to their local medical boards, governments, etc. A prominent figure in this movement is Mrs. Wanda Irving. She's the co-founder of Dr. Shalom Maternal Action Project, or DSMAP for short. This is a nonprofit, community-driven organization that helps alleviate Black maternal health disparities. She established this foundation in January of 2017 in honor of her daughter who passed away due to pregnancy complications. With this being an ongoing problem in the community, we at SDK News will keep you updated of any information that comes in.
That's all for us today.
Please tune in next time.
From SDK News, we have been Shamar Sam.
Kadir Sebron,
And I'm Kyla Smith.
thank you and good night.